Hey everybody, guess what? It's Ron Bass. Yeah, that's me, with another edition of the Ron Bass Show. It's your source for inspiration, encouragement, motivation, dry humor. Mr. Brent Atterbury. What say you, sir?
Today is a great day.
It's a great day.
Yes.
With a capital G.
Capital G.
And that rhymes with P.
That's right.
And that stands for pool.
Okay.
That came out of the musical The Music Man.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a long story. It's an old. That's a really, I think that's a play, of course, on Broadway, but turned into a movie. And
you were late today. You said people wanted to talk.
Yeah. All my friends at the gym, they were excited about everything.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I like to stay in that sphere with them and visit with them. And,
sure.
And it's always fun to go to the gym and have good people around you.
Oh, yeah.
Another reason to go to the gym, guys, it's camaraderie. It's
sweaty, smelly people.
Sweaty, smelly people. Hey, you know what? My friend came up to me today and she said, I was on the Stairmaster, and she said, man, I got back on the Stairmaster. And she said, but you know what? She said, you don't sweat like I do. I thought, and I thought to myself, she said, you're not even breathing hard. I said, well, I've been doing this 3 years now, every day, right? And she has, she's not consistent at it, but she's a runner. She likes to run outside.
Yeah.
But not as much lately because now her foot's hurting her, so she's back on the Stairmaster. Whereas my knee was hurting me, I quit running. Now I'm on the Stairmaster. Yeah. Whatever you got to do, guys, you have to adjust as you go. We talk about it all the time. Don't make excuses. That's the one thing we talked about today while I'm on the Stairmaster and she's visiting. We don't make excuses. We have to go to the gym. Now, maybe if you're in the hospital, maybe if you're deathly sick. When I had COVID, I don't think I worked out for a few days, but man, I hated that because I wanted to work out, but I just physically, that was weird. I've never been sick in my life like that. That was
put the hammer to
crazy. Yeah. So it just goes to prove no matter how strong, no matter how determined you are, sometimes things can happen and it can handicap you. But you know what? We're lucky that we're not handicapped. We're lucky that we're not in a wheelchair. We're lucky that we can do what we want to do. And a lot of people can't do that. So the next time you think about complaining about something, think about all those people that would give anything they had to be able to be who we are. Just to be able to get up in the morning and have ambition and go out and do things that we love to do. We can't take that for granted. We have to appreciate that and respect that every single day. I want to talk a little bit about fighting. Not necessarily physical fighting, although that's one form of fighting. Psychologically, we fight a lot. Financially, we fight a lot. Emotionally, we fight a lot. And I just want to talk about these four things because I think if you kind of boil life down, we're probably in one of those categories at some point during every day. Maybe all four categories. And I think when we get overwhelmed, that's probably what's going on. We're like, oh, we can't pay the bills. We got a problem with that. You know, my girlfriend, my wife, my husband, we're having trouble with that situation. We're feeling like I've got a student right now that's going through some hormonal things, probably a change of life maybe. And she's crying a lot and she's upset a lot, and you can just tell, things aren't going too well for her. And then physically, we're going to have to deal with all kinds of, we're going to have to fight. Like today I had my injections in my knees. So that's going to give me hopefully a few months more of less pain and better mobility, et cetera, et cetera. So when we have resources, guys, let's take advantage of it. We're living in a day and time where there's more resources available to handle these things. Like if you're struggling with mental, emotional, there's psychologists, there's doctors, there's rabbis and ministers and friendships, but don't be afraid to talk to somebody. I think that's a big mistake. When I was young, I always felt embarrassed to talk about things that were bothering me mentally and emotionally. And you can't do that. You have to open up, get it on the table, hit everything head on. Don't feel embarrassed. It's life. Life's full of fighting. Sometimes you got to fight physically. That's why it's a good idea to take self-defense courses like I do. You don't have to take jiu-jitsu. You can take what they call Krav Maga. I think it's like a 3 or 4 week course maybe. Just enough to where you can, at least deal with some punches and some wrestling issues, and somebody's got a knife, maybe you can learn how to try to take the knife away or at least keep it from stabbing you. You have to have some self-defense skills. Life's getting way too violent. People are doing crazy things. And it's not just because they're mean, because maybe they're high, maybe they're mentally ill. A lot of these tragedies you read about and hear about on the internet or on television, it's not like people are doing something because they're vindictive or mean. They're not well mentally, and they're hallucinating. So schizophrenia plays a huge role. Psychotic episodes plays a huge role in a lot of these horrible, violent events that we hear about every day all over the world. I feel sorry for those people. I mean, I feel more sorry for the people they're hurting or killing, but I feel sorry for those people too, because in their mind, they think what they're doing is correct. It's not like they're doing it for fun or they get kicks out of it. It's nothing like that. And the court system has some tolerance for that, like the insanity defense and all that, although some people take advantage of it, unfortunately. Anyway, I just want to talk about these four different modes of fighting, and I think you should think about that a little bit on a day-to-day basis. And don't feel bad about what you're going through. Just figure out solutions, guys. That's my thing all day long. I'm always trying to figure out solutions to anything that I'm not happy about. And it could be anything. Make a note. Find some resources. You can go on Google and just type in, hey, I'm not getting along with my best friend and I don't know why. And you come up, AI will give you like a long list of reasons probably why somebody's acting weird towards you. You may have a hunch. You may have an idea of maybe why. But sometimes it's good just to air it out. Or go to a minister, go to a rabbi and say, hey, what do you think about this? And they'll be happy to visit with you. And then you can make another list of all the different ways to deal with it and the circumstances, and then you just kind of walk down through the list. Don't be afraid to analyze things going on in your life. Hit things head on. Don't kick the can down the road, which is what a lot of people do because they don't want to, face things that are uncomfortable. Don't do that. I always say, learn to be comfortable with uncomfortableness. Okay, here's a cool story. It's a Donald Trump story. So there was this, let's see, what's the lady's name on Fox News? She was there for like 15, 20 years. Greta Van something. She was like a news reporter and a lawyer. Very smart lady. At any rate, she, I think, got fired from Fox. Something happened weird a long time ago. But now she has like her own podcast and does guest appearances and things. So she was telling this story the other day. Basically, she has interviewed the president many times over the years, when he was president the first time, before he was president, now that he is president, and I guess they're kind of on a first-name basis. So, make a long story short, Fox News said, hey, there's this Army guy, he's a sergeant, going through PTSD, and he's trying to get from California to, I can't remember, another state to get to a veterans facility to try to get some help.
Right.
But on his way, he decided to go to Tijuana and spend the day. I guess maybe just to let go of some stress, and went to some of the clubs and whatever they do over there. I guess kind of like an entertainment thing. Well, he parked his car. I guess there's a certain kind of parking lot that's close to Tijuana where you can walk across the border. So he comes back the next morning, gets in the car, and make a real long story short, he gets in his car, but he takes the wrong turn, and he winds up back in Mexico in his car. He's got guns in the car. Well, he gets arrested. And somehow or another, Fox News gets this story because this is a really good guy, and it's unfortunate, and he shouldn't be there, and we got to help the military guy because he's a good guy. And they said, Greta, you got to go down there and interview this guy. She says, this is not the kind of story that I want to do. This is not meaningful enough to me to spend 5 hours on an airplane and for New York to California, whatever. But okay, so she goes and gets in her car, and guess what? She goes to the parking lot where he was at and, kind of revisits the scenario, and she takes off to go back up to upstate. And guess what? She makes a wrong turn. She winds up in Mexico. And now she says, okay, I get it. I see now what the heck's going on. So she feels a little bit better about the situation. So she goes to the jail, interviews the guy, calls the governor of New Mexico, really good guy. Somehow or another, he was able to get the guy out of jail, gets out of jail. So the next day, she gets a call from, hold the phone, please, for Donald Trump, Donald Trump's secretary. Hey, Greta, what's going on? What's going on, Donald? Listen, I'm going to be sending you something in the mail. I'm going to be sending you something. And hangs up. The next day, she gets a FedEx package. And inside of that FedEx package is a check for $25,000 made out to that sergeant. and something like a note that says, I just want to see this guy have a better, I want to see this guy have a chance to start over again. So these are the kind of stories that, about Donald Trump that a lot of people never hear about. I'd never heard that story.
Me neither.
Even though he's criticized so much for all kinds of different reasons, but that's a remarkable story, in my opinion, that he would go out of his way and never even knew the guy, but was sensitive enough to his struggle that he knew he could play a role that was a positive, positive thing. Now, I say that to say this. How many things in your life could you do that may have the same kind of, maybe not as great of an impact, but could still have an impact to help somebody?
Yeah.
So the next time you feel like you can't help somebody, think about that story and then apply yourself in some kind of a fashion that maybe you can help change somebody's life for the better. All right. I think I've bored people enough. What say you, sir?
Well,
that's a deep subject.
it is. So have you ever pulled a bus with your neck?
Say that again?
Have you ever pulled a bus down the road with your neck?
Oh, my God. No.
Well, guess what?
What?
Egmond Molina, he's from Aruba.
Okay.
He is 49 years old, and he just earned his 10th Guinness World Record by pulling a bus a distance of 65
How
feet.
can you do that?
The bus weighed 21,737 pounds.
How's that possible?
And he pulled it 65 feet.
How do you do that?
Well,
I mean, you got to be like super, incredibly, unbelievably strong to do something like that.
yes. I've got a video here. I'm going to show you. Sorry, folks. You can't see it.
I can't see it.
You can't see
No.
it. You need to
I
put your
can see it.
glasses on.
Yeah, no, I can kind of see it now. That's
Okay.
bizarre. That's crazy.
It's really amazing.
That reminds me of Jack LaLanne, where he would get in the water and pull boats behind him in the
Yeah.
water. He would just do like a swim like this. And
Yeah.
same kind of an idea. You got to be super, super, super strong, man.
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes. So that's quite a
Quite a feat.
record.
Quite a feat.
Yes, quite a neck.
Quite a neck.
I wonder, as long as he's not a pain in the neck, he'll be fine.
Ha,
He
ha,
might
ha,
have a
ha,
pain
ha,
in the
ha.
neck
Might have
after
pain
pulling
in
that
the
bus. So today also is National Nurses Day.
Ooh, we like nurses. I have a lot of
Yes.
nurse friends.
Yes, they keep us on track.
I read an
healthy.
article that's the next big professional career that people can have now to help people to have financial freedom. I guess they're paying them a lot more than they used to.
Oh
And
wow!
it paves the way to become like a nurse practitioner as well, which is even higher amount of income.
Today is also International No Diet Day.
Ooh,
So
I'm not
eat
sure
all
about
the
that.
ice cream and candy
that.
you want
I like
today.
that.
Yeah, no diet day.
I'm not sure how healthy that is, but I like it.
Oh, it's not. So it's also National Beverage Day. So take that how you want to.
Yeah.
But
If you're an alcohol drinker, have a beer once in a while. Not every day, just maybe once in a while.
yep,
Unless you have an alcohol problem, and then don't drink at all.
no.
That's a bad place to be, guys. Real bad place to be an alcoholic. Nothing goes good in that world.
That's right.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
All right, guys. Look, just remember. It's hard to remember when you're old. I was forgetting all kinds of stuff today. If you don't give up,
Are you fighting that?
I'm fighting that.
Oh,
That's a good
okay.
point. If you don't give up, eventually the stars, you know what? They're going to line up. And when that happens,
Wow.
you're going to be excited. But until that time, and even after that time, remember the most important thing, all day long, every single day, no matter what, is to stay and remain and to be positive.